evening and good evening everyone, and welcome to my very first full moon ritual on here. I'm so happy to be doing this. If you can hear some popping in the background, I have my fire going, so yeah, there we are, and that will come in later on. If you are watching the replay, can I just suggest that maybe you get some paper that you can throw away, a notepad. This is my gratitude notepad. We're going to be doing some gratitude later on. I've also got a candle here, and I'm going to be doing some smoking in a moment as well. So if we just get started with this, I light my candle. There we go. And I'm going to light my smudge stick. I hope you're all doing really, really well. There we go. These things always take a little while to light. We're just going to cleanse some of the air around where we're doing this. I like to do this when I'm doing Reiki healings as well. If you can hear scratching in the background, that's my cat trying to get into the room. She might come through the other door shortly and make herself known, so if she does, I'm sure she'll say hello. Anyway, so we're just going to cleanse the air around here. The full moon, this full moon in November, is actually sort of like getting ready for the winter months. So with a full moon, one of the things you do is you always release the things that aren't serving you. So the new moon is for setting new intentions. This full moon is for releasing. The full moon is for releasing things that are no longer serving you. So that's a really good thing to do just before winter. And that's the reason why we have a piece of paper that you can throw away, because we are going to be getting rid of that piece of paper. Another thing about this particular full moon is it is a full moon that is good for grounding. One thing I did before I came online on air today was I picked a card. There we go. This is from a deck of cards called Gifts of Essential Oils, I think. Can't remember now. But yeah, this is sandalwood, which is really, really great for grounding. So I'm really, really pleased it came up. I've also picked some other oils to go with it as well. So one of the first things I'm going to do, I've got some rose oil, which I absolutely love. Love rose oil. So I'm going to put some of that in the palm of my hand. Now this is in a roller. Rose oil is quite expensive, so I usually buy it when it's diluted down. I'm also going to put a little bit of fractionated coconut oil in my palm as well. And I've got some myrrh. For grounding, you can use myrrh. Now this is quite thick, so it might take some time. For grounding, you can either use myrrh, any of the tree oils really. You can use frankincense as well. Things with frankincense is that is the connection to your higher self as well, and to universe. So if you wanted to do grounding properly, then myrrh might be the better way to go. Myrrh is also in relation to the feminine rather than the masculine as well. So for these purposes, come on. Oh, there we go. Came out. I always leave that lid on, half on and half off, because otherwise it gets stuck on there. And we've got sandalwood as well. I love the smell of sandalwood. This might. Tree oils do tend to take a little while coming out. There we go. That just one drop. And I'm going to rub that together. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. And just anoint yourself with it a little bit. Such a beautiful aroma. If If you don't want to put it on you can diffuse it. But I like to have it on. Oh, that smells so good. Anyway, first thing we're going to do is do a little bit of a grounding meditation, just a breathing meditation, just for a couple of minutes, just to get us centered and grounded. And then we're going to be doing what we call cord cutting, which is more of, like I said, the things that don't serve you. So let's get started with the meditation. If you just get yourself nice and comfortable, keep your back nice and straight because you want to keep your lungs open. Okay? So just get nice and comfortable. If you're not seated on the floor, then keep your feet flat on the floor, and that's so you can ground. Okay? So I'm going to keep my eyes open, but I ask that you close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. So you could be breathing in and out through your nose. So breathe in through your nose and breathe out to your nose. Yes, Paula, put your stones out to charge. It's a great evening for doing that. You don't have to put them outside, you just put them on a windowsill or something like that, any of your crystals. A great crystal actually for this full moon is rose quartz. So keep on breathing in and out through your nose. Breathe in and breathe out. And what I want you to do as you're breathing in and out is just to feel the sensation at the tip of your nose. So as you're breathing in, feel that air coming in just at the tip of your nose. And out, feel the same thing again. And you're going to have thoughts popping in and out of your head, and that's perfectly natural. Don't worry, just keep breathing in and out through your nose. If you do have thoughts pop in, just be aware of them. Don't interact with them. Just acknowledge them and let them go. And take your attention back to your nose and back to your breath. So just keep breathing in and out. Keep going in and out. And if those thoughts pop in, just return to the breath. Acknowledge them and let them go. That's great. Keep on going. Just for another minute or so. Wonderful. Well done. Let's keep going. That's wonderful. When you're ready, just come back and open your eyes. And that's just a really, really quick way of doing it. What I would suggest is that when you do a breathing meditation, you do it for a little while longer. But I don't want to keep you here too long. I know your time is precious, and I know that you've got things to do. So all I'm asking is sort of like probably about 15-20 minutes. And that's all we're going to be doing tonight. Now what I want you to do is get your notepad that you can throw away your page and a pen, and I want you to write down all the things. I'm going to be doing it as well. I'm just going to give you a minute or so to do it. All the things that you feel are holding you back. So things that you want to let go of. It could be anger at somebody, it could be anger at yourself, it could be habits that you have that you don't want to have anymore, anything like that that you just want to release. Write it down on here. Okay, so I'm going to do it as well. I'm going to give you about a minute or so just to do that. can carry on after doing this if you want, that's absolutely fine. But one thing I will be inviting you to do once you've finished is to, I'm going to put mine in the fire. It's one of the reasons why I've got my fire going today. It's full moon, so I always have my, well, during the winter I always have my fire going on a full moon, not during the summer, that's a bit silly. But during the winter I always have my fire going on a full moon, so I can just put that piece of paper in the fire and watch the ashes go up the chimney. And then I'm allowing it to go. I'm releasing it into the universe, saying, go, be free. So what I want to do now is a little bit of a visualization. So again, we just close our eyes, just breathe nice and evenly in and out through your nose, and I will just guide you through a visualization. Okay, just to let go of all the things that you want to let go of. So thinking back to, so close your eyes, get comfy, think back to what you've written down on your page. And what I want you to do is visualize in your mind all the things that you want to release. So just an image for each one of them. Just have it in your mind. Just develop those images. And I want you to imagine that in your hand, so you're standing in front of these three images and they've all got a cord that's coming back to you, that's attaching to your heart space. Okay, and what I want you to imagine is that you have this gold sword in your hand, and it's emitting this beautiful golden light. And what I want you to imagine is that you're allowing yourself to cut through those cords one at a time. And each time you cut through that cord, you allow that thing to release and drift away with love in your heart. So even if you feel anger, release it with love. And you carry on and you do this with each one. So you cut your first cord and release it and allow it to leave. You do the same with the second cord. You release it, you allow it to float off, and you send love to it. And you do the same thing with the third, and maybe the fourth or the fifth, or however many you have. Just release it, let it go. Let it go with love. Cut through those cords. You will find that when you do this, you feel a release. You feel a relief as well. You've been carrying these things for so long. Let them go. Let them leave. They're not part of your journey anymore. They're not part of your growth. They're what's holding you back. You need to let it go. Once you've done that, I just want you to open your eyes. And this is where I'm going to do this now. This is mine. I'm not going to show you them because they're private. But these are mine. And now I'm just going to put them in the fire. And again, when you do this, you let them go with love. Just get the fire guard out of the way. There it goes. Wow, that lit up, didn't it? And that's all gone. Oh, that feels good. That feels great. And now I can go on to the second half of this month, up until the next new moon, when I'll set more intentions. And I can move forward without that baggage holding me back. And that is the main thing about these rituals. It's just clearing that energy, clearing what isn't serving you, getting rid of it, concentrating on things like we did today about grounding. This is a really important part of this particular full moon. It's grounding, it's self-care, it's nourishing yourself, it's getting yourself ready for the winter. So this is what we're talking about here. So I'm going to be going online, I think it is tomorrow. I'm going to be talking a little bit about how I ground myself. Talked a little bit about essential oils here. Showed you a little bit of a breathing exercise. I can show you, there's another visualization that I'm going to show you as well. But there's lots of different things that you can do just to ground yourself in this energy and make sure that you are nicely grounded and ready for whatever is to come. So I'm going to bid you goodbye. Also, before I go, talked about gratitude. One thing, whenever you do these things, I'm going to say do this afterwards, because obviously people have got different things. It takes a little while. So I'm going to say take 5 minutes or so, finish your list, do that cool cutting visualization again if you need to. And that's actually a technique you can use at any time, because basically what you can do, if there's things that are getting you down and really holding you back or upsetting you, you can use that cool cutting technique as as a visualization for yourself, so you can let it go. So that's something that you can always come back to whenever you want. I'm also going to be doing a visualization on its own at some point, so you can just refer back to that, and it might be in a little bit more depth as well, so you can come back then. And so that's it for this evening. I hope you've got something from this. If you can think of any ways, as I said, this is my first one. If you can think of any ways that what else you'd like to see in these rituals that I'm going to do full moon and new moons. So if there's anything that you'd like to see in these rituals going forward, please let me know. And I will be happy to include them if they think it's a good idea. Okay, have a great evening. Remember to do your gratitude. That's important. I usually do that every morning normally. Sets me up good well for the day. So anyway, I'm going to go. Have a great evening, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye.